Boom! It's Cream on Deja. It's Monday. Who's got that feeling? And yes, you're with your host, Surti.
And Honey, what's up, guys?
We're going to have a busy night tonight. We've got fingers in pies in the house. We can hear him in the background. We're going to have a cypher later on, 9 to 10. We're going to have a little music chat. And obviously, we want to pay a tribute to Stormin, who unfortunately passed away. Obviously, big in the grime scene back in the days with the Nasty Crew. And so we're sending our love out to all the family and obviously supporting with his fans on this one. But yeah, we're going to play some tunes, and in about 5 minutes, we're going to do a music chat and then on to Fingers and Pies interview. And we've got with us
Benny Snow.
And everyone must know Benny Snow.
Yeah, you know, I thought it was an ice cream. I was going to lick it. Yeah. Never seen a microphone like this.
That's because you're in Cream Collective, isn't it?
Yeah, look on the other side. Someone's got one.
It was me.
It's the cream feeling. When you come into Cream Collective, that's what you do, thinking licking ice creams.
Yeah, you know. Amongst other things.
Okay, so music topic. We're talking about, because I was out on the streets of Croydon and I see a man selling these CDs, and I was thinking, is that still relevant when there's digital now? Like, why do you sell it? And I was talking to MCO, and he just basically said to me, because obviously you need a bit of short change, but also because it's hard on these platforms to really make the money.
Yeah, that's right. Because iTunes take a big percentage. A lot of corporate big selling music companies do exactly the same. So I think, like, excuse the pun, but fingers in pies, because you got to do every avenue. So literally, you should be on the street, you should be on social network, you should be everywhere, you should be just flooding them. Cash money, internet money, fingers in pies money. Do you know what I mean? Every aspect. So
because selling them CDs is hard work. I mean, he was selling them at £3 a time, but I thought in this day and age.
So what it is now? All these social media platforms, YouTube, it's all been patterned up by the labels now. So
yeah, but you don't know the artist. So like, if you meet a guy who's on the street and you're a fellow musician or understand the art of music, yeah, and you're on the streets and you see a guy who comes up to you, goes, "All right, governor, I've got a CD. Like, I've been out here all day." That's a passionate guy. To me, I want to put money. I want to line his I want to line his pocket.
Do you know what? Yeah. Good on you. But when I go to Camden and they're handing out mixtapes, I'm like, yeah, I don't listen to your music. I'm sorry.
The thing is, I said to him, what I said to him,
but why? Can you elaborate, please?
Okay, I'm all about supporting. Trust me, I'm about supporting. Okay, but it's like sometimes they're just too in my face, and it's like, if I'm interested, I see you got CDs in your hands, I will come be like, let me take a CD. But running after me like CD.
But when I was having this debate, I said USB bands is a better offer to sell than CDs, because you've only got some people got CDs in the car. Most people got USB now. The cars are just upgraded.
Yeah, USB is a lot of money.
But yeah, that's what he said. He said it's 50p to make a CD, so then he makes £2.50 profit. Yeah. And then, but if you was to do a band, you wouldn't really be making profit on it.
Yeah, it's the problem. It's the platform of artwork, producing, mixing, mastering, and then selling your products for cheap, a price that you probably don't want to sell it for, but you have to entice people to want to spend money. Yeah. So they feel like, like they have to come down on the price.
They haven't got the sponsor, so they have to start somewhere, I suppose. Yeah, isn't it? It's really what it comes down to.
Bottom of the ladder, I think.
But you have to invest to, earn. Do you know what I mean? And anything you have to invest to make money. So in a sense, okay, they're losing a bit of money, but at the end of the day, they're still making a little bit to, break even. So even if it's not like £1 million profit, they're still making something.
But I know from trying to do ticket sales outside clubs, it's a long thing. And so is selling like CDs. So all day, and you might only get like £9 of it. It's quite disheartening.
Oh, to be honest with you, I was in New York recently, and they're still in Times Square. They're still there hustling. And I think it's, for me, I like to engage with you, because I might not like you. I think, no, do you know what? You're too pushy. I don't want your music.
And that's what the MC said, that they like to just feel that they're working with the networking.
Because some artists, you buy their music, but if you met them personally, you might not like them or not like they're about. So it could work both ways, because maybe, Kanye West, for prime example, he's very like,
round to dinner, are you?
But he believes in what he's doing. So sometimes he's there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. Well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear that. So, have you ever sold mixtapes?
I have indeed.
And what was your mixtape called?
It was called, I can't really say it. It was F Love Is the Devil.
Okay. All right. But we're going to get back to that. Yes. I'm not going to, because it's touch ground now, actually, because we're going to do an interview with you and Ozzy.
And what, am I fellow CEO?
Correct.
Yeah,
So we're going
Jizzy.
to whack some tunes on before we start getting into
God
further
bless.
with the things. Let's do this.
And let's
DJ.
hype it.
Let's go back a little bit. And how did you all collab, or how did you all meet?
Not musically. I've known Jizzy and Ozzy a very long time. Yeah, from the ends. Me and Jizzy have done many different types of
All from Stoke, come on, big up the
movements
end,
and businesses and all that. And obviously, and Ozzy, we sort of went to the same school, so it's sort of all in hand.
Like music, stay on the go like I'm moving. I go like moving. Stay on the go like I'm moving.
So they got cheese, man, I got a grater on a hype, yeah, you can be in the paper. First degree, I'm bad, Vader. You ain't seen the aim with a lightsaber. If a man steps on my trainer, new skin graph, yeah, fuck a hater. Standing to his face, drop him with a taser. Burn any man like a laser, laser guns. What? Aiming at me like a robot. These things are my ears, dog, I'm chasing dreams. And when I blow, I'ma take my team, take all my money, red, blue, gold, green. Buy my money, I'm keen, so yeah, I look mean. 3 guys, 1 keeps watching me. I left 2.5 men like Charlie Sheen. S6 boy, don't press ream. Living off the dome like Chucky G's. Ride for the money, cash or cheese. 10 boxes in your crib like, please. Come through there for the food and the peas. CS gas and full of G's. Start the yard, take the tree. Back to the van, off we breathe.
Say I got my fingers in pie hole. Too many man keep chatting for the pie hole. Knocking your door, looking back for your spy hole. Nowhere coming for your title. Stop them, lipo. Blow up the thing, lie low. Randy, man, they get messy, lino. Blow up the thing, go viral. But it's so fit CEO. But it's so fit CEO. Yo, but it's so fit CEO. Out for my money and dough. Message on dragons, them with that pan and pendant. And go, man don't know. Look for ways to cross me. Man so bossy, they can't cross me. Business links to the East End Cockney. Big gang, you can't stop me. Man I like, get a like. Man I like, get a like. Man I like, get a like. DejaVu, man, throw it out.
What made you get into music? Why did you want to start music?
Well,
Go fast.
Music is part of our family heritage. It's just
Do me a favor, speak a bit closer into the mic, please, so everyone can hear you.
music is part of our heritage, you know. It's like it's family members,
Culture.
cousins. They're all part of this music thing.
So what family members? You're saying family, like, is
my
it
Jamaican
anyone?
family, my nephew.
Can I just say one thing before we sort of go in depth into the interview? We'd like to pay a big homage to R.I.P. to man like Stormy.
MC Stormy, because that's someone that I've musically grown with as well. Like myself, being Ozzy B from More Fire Crew, we used to do
Grime,
the Palace
Grime.
Pavilions, the Stratford Rexes, all of that stuff together. So it hit home when I heard about that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was still doing bits in that studio in Leighton as well, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he's
exactly. You still and he fought on to the end. You know what I mean? And that's what I think people should do. He showed a lot of people that, despite your situation, keep fighting on and keep pursuing what you love.
Keep releasing.
Yeah.
He was a massive icon. I've got to say, like, for all the for what he had gone through, he had given us all strength, I think, and he, like I said, he's a massive inspiration to everyone. And he battled hard.
The bars were mad. The bars were mad.
Exactly.
Yeah, and he started on platform with Nasty Crew in Deja Vu.
And the show was 8 to 10 on a Monday. How ironic!
It was nasty, wasn't it?
You know what? So homage to him
Day after day.
You know what I mean? Big,
Alright, we're still waiting on you. How did you start? Come on.
To be honest with you, how I got involved. To be honest with you, I actually formed another crew at the same time as Morfire. We were sort of, because we used to go on the same radio station. I can remember these man and them man walking off, and then my old crew RDS walking on, sort of thing, back in the ends, and that was the same sort of platform. Fresh, yeah. I don't know if we could say, but it's another pirate.
Another radio.
Big up Gappy Ride. That's all I can say on that one. Young boy J. But so literally, and then we went on our journey. Our journey was, we then formed into, we had the garage release and then formed it into the Lost Enemy. Certain members cut off, certain members continued, and then we sort of went down the rap road, sort of a bit of everything really. But then we're still sort of on a journey. And
beast on the rise to the moon. Wanna face me, be meeting your doom. Don't give a fuck any further than groom. In the 6 feet under in the tomb. 24/7, murking time. Reason to your murking crime. Finishing in clash, murks in line. Murk me, man, I'm at the top 9, yeah. See, I don't give a fuck. Anyways, man, I get thrown in the trunk. Anyways, when I get thrown in the trunk, cause I got a big skin, yeah. And that'll be the end, yeah. Let me reload it again. I said that'll be the end.
Go, it's a pie, it's collective. Pick up everyone inside. Here we go. Yeah. Let me take 1 minute, sit back, relax. Roll up a spliff, yeah, take a whiff of that. Reminisce on the days when I never had Jack done. Never queen ain't no one but you're black, eating on your rice, what you know about that? Moving on reckless, got snake, got jack. Moving on waste, with the money I lack. Nah, tell me what would you do if you had to choose? If you never had food, now how would you move? So I had to flip it up, had to get in the groove. Motherfucker had me sitting up back to the moon. My own bill couldn't even do a move. So I had to make a choice. So I pray to God and rejoice. And when I pray, do you hear my voice? So shall I hit the road and start strutting on the ground? Space nowadays and many people won't rock. The shit upon your mind got them cats on lock. What the moving knew it had it sitting in the socks. Carrying the station, what you think on the top? How'd you know my name? Yeah, the shit is a lot. Someone's me chatting what you think I forgot. Dirty inside, yeah, I see that you rock. Wouldn't bring the rest if you're setting up a plot. Sometimes the rush started getting blood clot. Who's twice which mum never taught? You calls up, we to go and cop and you say, wonder why you got on this was. Been easy, what I told you before. Don't crack joke, can't get me for a whore. Here's some shit, I watch your straw hit the floor. Make you feel like I'll come for your foot, cause you better watch out what you say. You better watch out how you play. You see right through like an x-ray. Two guys in the face come like pepper spray. And I ain't gonna get vexed. Just sit down, you have a little rest. Where you ride for the next test. Where you ride for the next mess. Let's come on my way. Look up in the sky and sit down and I pray. On my knees, forgive me for my sins. Forgive me for my wheels. Forgive my kids, please take away the pain that's embedded in my brain.
So now it's all about Fingers and Pies. So tell us how Fingers and Pies, how that name come about.
Do you know what?
3 years ago. Go on.
Do you know, I always say it was when you're thinking of a label and you're thinking something that's relevant, something that's street, something that's urban, something that speaks to you. Like one of my favourite record label names is Cash Money. Because when you hear Cash Money, you think road, you think streets, you feel urban. You know it's not legit money, you know it's that money that we all... So I thought something that's quite relevant. So Fingers in Pies, for me... Being an old Cockney boy, I can remember my uncles, but you got fingers in pies, all that saying, you got to have fingers in pies, and people don't understand the sort of the
thing behind it.
Yeah, behind it. It is about literally not just having one avenue in life. You know, you can be a rapper, you can be a singer, you can be a banker, you can be. You know what I mean? You could be a coach. You know, you can do everything. You can multitasking.
It's not about quick money either. You got the fingers in the pie. You're waiting.
Yeah, exactly. Fingers in pies.
You can be in anything and still have your fingers in the pie. That's what you're trying to say, yeah.
And do you know what, but boys and girls? For me, it's very British as well. We eat pies. Fingers in pies.
I love pie.
You're not going to think it's American. You're not going to think it's Spanish.
Pie and mash.
Pie and mash.
That's the
I'm
one.
the pie and mash. Leytonstone pie and mash. Book.
So do you have any Fingers and Pies bars though?
I've got fingers in pies bar.
I'm just checking.
Yeah.
You can tell us that later.
I've got fingers in many pies.
So what are you? Are you pen and paper, mobile phone when you write your bars?
I'm a bit of both, you know. I sort of, I think. Do you know what? It's funny because I was in the studio, I was fuming the other day, and first time I watched an artist just do it straight off the cranium. Do you know, a lot of artists I know.
It's called like evolving, you know, as a MC, or as that's basically what you saw with him, because leveling the amount of like it's years of experience as well, isn't it? Because when you first start, it's like you write down everything or whatever. Some people might start spitting like.
So do you still write?
Me, I write. Well, yeah, I kind of do still write, but how I do write now is a lot faster than I used to write, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Is because what I do now is that obviously I'm always in the studio when I'm writing anyway. So I'll pick up the vibe, I hear the tune, I'll put the tune on loud. You know what I mean? I'll think of like
four. You've done it enough times, like you got the formula in your head.
Exactly.
You got the formula in your head.
There you go.
Do it in a different way.
There you go. So that's basically how it's done. You know what I mean?
I guess as long as you're putting it down, it doesn't matter whether it's pen or paper or whether it's electronic. As long as you got it down, that's it. That's all that matters, isn't it?
I think obviously having it on paper is a bit old-fashioned, isn't it? That's what people would say. But that's the era that I started.
But have you ever dropped a glass on that paper though? Glass of water. Yeah. That's what I want to know. Have you ever done
I've left my old writing pad on a bus. On a bus, and I run for that bus for my life.
When you hear the lyrics, when you hear your lyrics, you know who stole it.
Yes,
you know who stole
it.
And you know, she was right what she said.
So there as well, just so we get an idea of the Fingers and Pies, you're all together in the Fingers and Pies, or you've worked together. What's the situation on the Fingers and Pies?
So you got my fellow CEO, my partner in crime, Jizzy, myself, Benny Snow. We're the CEOs. We're the executive of the company. You got people like Ozzy, who's their own entity, but he's producing his own movement, representing the straight GM, and so literally, it's an umbrella of movements
of artists come together to try and to help the next generation.
Sammy, if I be totally honest with you, I think when you talk money and contracts, and we've been in them, and I've been signed to labels, and he's been signed to labels. It sort of burdens a lot of things. It takes a lot of fun out of it. It takes a lot of the creativities. Because when pound notes start getting shown, you still see people's real colours. And sometimes it can be the make or break of some crews, artists, and, you know, their production teams and etc. So you know, so we want to be...
people do it passion for love, for the love of music, and not for the...
Yeah, I think we're more about a collective of artists that all are individuals, but we all network, we all help. But Fingers in Pies is an umbrella. This is where they're making. They're creating their babies. You know
do you know what? You guys all said that, you know, your cousins and your nephews and all of these are into the industry, but none of you actually came and said to me, like, you know, it's something I want to do, it's my passion, etc. Do you feel like you're doing music because it's kind of like you have to because your family members are doing it? If that makes sense, is there any pressure on that?
Well, I'm doing it, like I said, I'm doing it because...
They've been doing it for time.
I've been doing it since like 2000, no, not even that, since
they're
like 99.
Artists, as artists.
1999, so...
Long time it's been going
It's like my inspiration comes from many things. It comes from listening to old school hip-hop, old school R&B, old school
but
garage,
is there any pressure on you because of your family that are doing it now as well? Like, is there pressure, or are you just like, I've got my own flow, so I'm not really bothered?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm more like. I've got my own flow, so I'm not really bothered. It don't faze me. I'm just trying to do what I'm doing. Like, I'm here now, so I've got to do me.
They can jump on any bonuses you get.
You've got some radio stations, everyone that decks in their yard.
Do you know what? I swear,
it's the culture, bro.
I'll be totally honest with you.
Even in school, they put decks brought into the schools and all that.
I'll be totally honest with you. I can remember, like, I'm a 80s born, 90s teenager, yeah? I can remember, like, everyone was like, you're sort of 13, 14, Garage is coming out, Soul Solid are coming out, Pay As You Go, Heartless Crew, everyone's listening to the radio, everyone wants to be an MC and DJ. I started as a DJ, but I knew it would be cost effective, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy a mic. £10 Tandy mic. That was me. My pals are saving up there saying, but
I was saying to Skanks last week, like, he's going, yeah, I knew this guy Chris, and he had decks in his house, and I said to him, but everyone had that power, innit?
Yeah. Sound labs.
And he had the
and then some had the Technics.
Exactly,
Belt drives.
Bucked up on his kitchen side. You know what I mean?
But everyone started. Only the connoisseurs or the rich kids had Technics. Everyone had Sound Labs.
And you mark.
Yeah. They come out so after. Yeah, they were good because they're direct, weren't they?
Was saved up, you know. Two Christmases saved up.
You know what I'm saying?
The needles were expensive too, if I remember rightly.
My passion for music is for me. It's I live it. You know, I love it. I live it. I want to be a part of it. If I'm not doing it, then I'm grumpy. If I'm doing it, it's taking my creative juices away. So when I'm going home to be a normal daddy or to be a normal man, not saying I'm not a normal man, but when I'm Benny Snow doing music, but when I'm going home to be a daddy, I can leave that creativeness. I'll come out the studio and it's nice. It takes
a certain energy that you need for it to take away.
And if you don't release it, it goes a bit stagnant. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you start taking it out of the missus. You know what I mean? I should have been in the studio tonight. You know what I mean? But yeah.
So, all right, 2018. So what are we seeing with you guys?
We've got about 3 or 4 tunes ready to go, innit? We've got Champion Sound.
White Boy Wasted.
We've got Ozzy's project coming up.
I've got my project coming as well, the start up. It's going to be like a 5-track EP. It's already got a tune that's out there at the moment called Know Your Roots, and Don't Say a Word will be on there. And there's going to be 3 fresh tracks that you ain't heard, so trust me, it's going to be nice.
There's a lot going on.
You got my album dropping as well, yeah? So you'll be
later down though, but later down in the year we'll do it.
Yeah, later down. But no, we got loads of things.
Fingers in pies.
We can't give you too many pies right now, you know. Or too many.
You're making me hungry.
And just quickly, because obviously the Lives and Knives, I've noticed you've got the hat. That's really important to promote.
Big up, man, that dog.
It's really important with the knife crime situation going on right now.
I'm a father myself, innit, so...
No, it's positive.
I'm saying,
so yeah,
positivity,
as a
that's
parent,
all you can embrace. Like,
Lives over knives.
Do you know what? I was watching London Tonight before I come out, and another young kid, 17 years old, over the weekend, died again. Do you know? And it's getting crazy out here, man. Like really and truly,
Because
we need to speak to these kids.
Well, this is really important because I believe kids. Mentors are the music icons like Stormzy and things like that. So I think it's really important for lyrical content, and because we did go for a stage where, you know, dipping was actually in fashion to put in, and to put in lyrics. But now I think everyone's slowly thinking, actually, let's re-educate these children in our lyrics. And I'm hoping, you know, that artists are looking at it more like that with promoting things, lives over knives and things like that. I mean, when you write things now, obviously you must think about these things. I won't put certain words in that I would have put back in the day.
Exactly, you have to think a lot smarter now, you know what I mean, because the kids are listening and, you know what I mean, whatever they hear, they're going to follow on it. But
it's their main platform, isn't it,
exactly.
music?
So if you're at a good level and you can kind of change people's views, you know what I mean, you should be able to try and do that at the top level. But
I think it's because of you, man, that you grew up a bit. You know what I mean? Back in the day, you was younger. You didn't really. It wasn't about money back then. You know what I mean? You were just doing it for fun.
Doing it for the fun,
yeah. Now everyone's older. I'm thinking you're gonna make money about it. You've got to be clever about it. You can't be going.
You know what I mean? Talking reckless.
So you guys gonna do our 16 bar challenge, and then make sure you post me the video, isn't it? Before Drop the Knives, like. Yes. Okay, I'll be on you for that one.
Again, man.
Cream Collective, because we try and inspire kids.
Oh, Sammy, I'd just like to big you up, because you are a godsend. So big up, Sammy, everyone.
He's so nice to me all the time.
You know, she's such a great influence to have around. So I'm giving her this.
Oh, thank you. I've got to big up all my girl. I've got to big up my girl Honey. I've got to big up my girl Sasha. I've got to big up Joe White. I've got to big up everyone in the studio. Woo!
Big up Jamie as well, yeah.
Big up everyone. Yeah, so blessings. So social media links.
Yes.
Where can we find you?
Fingers in Pies UK Insta, Fingers in Pies UK Twitter, Fingers in Pies UK Facebook.
Social media as in SoundCloud as well, and YouTube, guys. Why does everyone forget this, guys? Promote your music.
On SoundCloud, straight GM, straight GM, straightforward, STR8 GM, and Instagram. Official Aussie B. You can find me there,
YouTube?
You know what I'm saying? YouTube, just Ground Dailies or the...
Alright, cool.
Yeah, but Aussie B, just type in Aussie B.
Link in bio, innit? Link in bio.
YouTube, FIP Music. Yeah. That's my serious face.
And you did do your social links.
Instagram, Dentrogram. And obviously, that's the one. That's the only one for now. Fingers in Pies. That's the only one that I want. Yeah.
So we just got to look out for you guys and look out for your new music for 2018.
Yes.
And obviously we'll go from there. We'll promote it and boom. Thank you for your time. They're going to be spitting some bars and the cypher from about 9 o'clock. So we'll see what they got.
Hey!
Big up. Let's play some tunes, DJ.
Yo, rude boy, I'm not the full ticket. Go pop high when I'm on spinach. From the city, but it's known as a village. Where the cooks around the bend like Billy. Got lemon, let's feel it. Glass empty, let's feel it. Them clown boys, I kill it. No backbone, let's feel it. 21 stars like Michelin. Ring the alarm like ring-a-ding. Flips on the art of the bigger thing. Whether I'm a net with a matching ring. Lifetime shine with a little bling. Make it rain man like I'm Dustin Hoffman. You man are just ballers. Fruity man like Dennis Rodman.
Girl, man, you can travel the world. That you want on secrets you can never tell. Lambos, Porsches, Maserati. Believe by the end of the night I'm gonna be in that Panani. Ain't in space but you're looking all starry. Must want my Davidson like Harley. Rocky with the punchlines. Can't spar me, spar me. I don't need a date to get to third base. Come, get in the worst way. Ask your Maya what happens on your birthday. So wave, I need a surf day. Got a run on knees, yeah. Mercedes, glass of rosé. In case your first day, you look nervous like it's your first day. It's throwback, this is Thursday.
Came with a low tide, now I flow nice. Yeah, I used to be so shy back in 09 in school. That was old times when I had no life. Now I got dope lines, color like oh my. Swear that's not. Come to my yard, come get this. Sorry love, I don't wanna bear back socks, cause I'm still old school like Air Max 1 to my air. That one start moving reclusive, choose and the music refuse to be rude. You could abuse this, proved I'm about it. Cruise to the booth and I do what it does. Fuck up the bars. It down to the core. Proud of my flaws, not out for awards. Might be clapped like a round of applause, but there's never been a day I'm not astounding at all.
Yo, man, I don't know what I'm into. Man, I don't know what I've been to. Say something down, man, there be an issue. There, baby, you under the lean too. Man, I'm on bait like seafood. Looking out my estate with a sea view. I see you, but you can't see me too. Got my fingers in pies, so I bait too. Old school like O to the Z. Man, I can't fuck with my team. Man, I don't care where you be. When we cut, we bleed the same stream like.